Hello and welcome to Putnut's Kitchen. What we're doing today is a little bit different than the usual. We're not reviewing any food items. We're not creating any food items. But we're going to talk about the effect food items can have on your body. So stay tuned. Okay. Thank you for staying through the intro. Appreciate it. What we're talking about today is an article I found in Psychology Today. It was written by Thomas Rutledge, PhD. They always have to tell you who they are, don't they? And it says, is your depression really insulin resistance? And then it goes on to say, if so, lifestyle changes can make a major difference. I thought this was an important topic to discuss because I myself, for many years before I started keto, I had depression. Sometimes it was debilitating depression. You know, the kind where you just lay in bed. You don't want to get up. Getting out of bed is harder than working 8 hours for a normal person. That kind of depression. It wasn't all the time, though. It was more of a seasonal depression. I know they call it seasonal affective disorder, and they try to say it's different, but it's not. It's usually January, and again, late May into early June. Usually by the 4th of July, it was over with. The rest of the year, I'd have the occasional bout with depression for a few days, week or more, but the other two, yeah, they were 4, 5, 6 weeks sometimes. And I took every medication you could think of for it. Medication would sort of help for a little while, and then my body get used to it, and then I'd need more, and it'd help for a little while, my body get used to it, and then they'd get me to the max dosage, and after a while it wasn't working, so they switched me another one. After a while, I just quit taking them. And it didn't seem to make a difference. It didn't make it better. It didn't make it worse. It's like you'd start taking the medication and a few weeks would go by and the depression fixed itself and you go, oh boy, the medication's working. And it wasn't the medication. At least that's my opinion. So what's really going on here, according to this guy, and it makes a lot of sense, is that insulin resistance is actually the root cause of a lot of different kinds of depression. And that makes a lot of sense. It really does. It's also the main cause of diabetes. It contributes to a lot of other diseases. But then it says that recent research puts a spotlight on insulin resistance. And it goes on to say also mental health in the form of dementia and depression. Matter of fact, the article goes on to say that, let's see, where is it at here? It talks about, yeah, there it is. They said Alzheimer's disease is sometimes referred to by some specialists as type 3 diabetes. So much for brain fog from eating too much sugar, right? There you go. There's your answer. But this was something that really struck me. And I wanted to bring it to the attention of the keto community. If anybody else wants to review this article too, that's great. We need to let people know about this because this article is making it seem like not only is depression probably caused by insulin resistance, but it's also easily cured by proper diet. Now, of course, they didn't mention the keto diet in here. They just talked about, getting rid of sugar and processed foods, which is great. But you still have insulin from potatoes. You still have insulin from rice. The insulin resistance, the insulin gets spiked by those things. So they're a culprit too. So we need to get rid of most, if not all, of the carbs. And then there's no more insulin spikes, which cures the insulin resistance. Your body becomes less and less resistant to the insulin over time. Now, yeah, if you go back, it's not a complete cure. It's not like it's gone forever. If you go back to eating unhealthy lifestyle, you'll go back to having the same problems you had before. But it says, how does this happen? It says, among other effects still being investigated, insulin resistance results in a buildup of amyloid B plaques. Now, this is talking about the Alzheimer's disease, causing inflammation and neurodegeneration and disrupting neuron signaling. Same thing with depression. So I really encourage everybody to look into the article. I'm going to put a link in the description. Please take a look at it, read it for yourself, decide for yourself what you think it means. But I just thought it was a really good article makes perfect sense with a lot of the things I've been going through, because since I've been on keto, I'm not depression free, but it's not debilitating anymore. I might get depressed, but I can keep going to work. I can keep getting up in the morning. I can keep doing the things that I do in my life. And those are important things to be able to do. Now, it brings out at the end in the summary, it says insulin resistance is the most common and least appreciated cause of our modern epidemic of chronic diseases. That's no surprise. That's for those of us who realize that, government's in bed with big corporations, and the big corporations want to make food as cheap as possible and sell it to you as high as possible. So we keep getting all this garbage food that we're taking in. And it's causing that's why they don't want to talk about this. That's why this isn't something, and it brings that out in the article, that this is not very well known. Very few people are aware of insulin resistance, even though it's one of the biggest culprits in the medical field. So, and at the end, it ties it up. It says, thankfully, these effects are not only reversible, but reversible through lifestyle changes alone for the person seeking to improve their physical and mental health. And I thank you very much for watching. Hi, this is Putnam. If you enjoyed that, click right over here for more low-carb recipes and reviews. And if you love the channel, please click right here to subscribe. It really helps. And thank you very much for watching. Please be assured we here at Putnam's Kitchen appreciate every minute you spend with us.